everybody, it's Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches and welcome to my channel. Today is Tuesday, November 8th, 2022, and this is FlossTube number 84. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. This is a channel mostly about cross stitch. Every now and then I might talk about other stitchy goodness like quilting or crochet, but for the most part it is a cross stitch, and today is no exception. There's no quilting that happened this week, which is usual. I don't know why I say that, but it's mostly cross stitch. If you're a returner, thank you so much for coming by and returning and watching my video. I really appreciate it. And for those of you who are new subscribers, thank you so much for your subscription and joining our little family here. I really, really appreciate it. It's gonna be kind of a quick video. I have a Walmart order to pick up and I made it for the time I normally make my videos. Why, I don't know. And I have to go vote. So it's election day. So anyway, let's get into the stitching. So first we're gonna start with my piece that I always start with, and that is a Mid-Amish Life. This is my 25/7 piece, and so that means that I work on it for 25 minutes a day every day of the week, and this is it as one panel. Right now I am working on this side. There's my chart. I am working on it right here. So I'm making hay. And there it is. Y'all excuse me, these are my version of parking. Here is where I'm at. I started on the hay field. I gave my man a face finally. He does need to be backstitched, but his face is stitched in. I think it had about maybe 6 quarter stitches in there. So his face is done, yay. And my hay field is done, and not done, but started, and there it is. I was able to keep up except for Saturday and no, Sunday I didn't get any stitching done. So yesterday I sat down and I watched Laura stitching by the shore, and I stitched for an hour to kind of catch up for the weekend. So that is it right there. I'm still loving the progress on this. This is going to remain my 25/7 until I am done. And hopefully I can finish it in 2023. That's my goal. That's my hope. If it looks like, you know, toward the summer that I'm nowhere near finishing it, I might switch it up a little bit. But it's going to remain a 25/7. I might make it a 67 piece instead if it looks like I am not going to finish it. All right, next piece. This is Joy of Spring. This was a kit by Janlin that was originally, I believe, on 14 count Aida, and I switched it up to 18 count Aida. This is it right here. This was my full coverage piece for part of the week. And I haven't started the one yet for my neck. Well, I did, but I only put like 10 stitches in it last night, so I didn't bring it. But this is what I've done. So what I did was I was able to fill in most of this area. Still got a little bit right here, and then this area to fill in. But working on that tablecloth. Lots of beiges, browns, golds, but I'm hoping the next time I pick it up, I can throw in a flower or two that's on the table. So that's what I have done. I like it much better on 18 count. When I was doing it on 14 count, I could see a lot of white behind it. So I am still using 2/1, but it's a smaller count. And I think that for the kits that I do have that I want to do that are on 14 count, I'll just go ahead and keep it 18 count, unless it's one of those odd dimensions kits that has you using 3 threads. Then I might, I don't know. We'll see. But for now, that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to do it. Okay, this next one is the Tiny Marie Antoinette Rose Gate, I think it is. This is a free Chatelaine design on their website. And so City Stitcher told me about it. And so I went ahead and grabbed it, and I've been working on it. And this is it right here. So I did not get much done. I was stitching this little part right here. And I think you can kind of see that it's got a little bit of shimmer in it. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I posted about it. So I had some of these threads that somebody recommended, and I got them on Amazon. Now you can see right here, it does open up into 3. It's a 3-stranded cord, but anyway, it's very fine. I like the way it stitches. I just have to use a bigger needle, which I think Judy City Stitcher did mention that she has to use a bigger needle. And so I need to get me some 24s, I believe. I think that was the size that worked. But anyway, I started stitching it with this, and it was glittery. It was really, really pretty. It calls for a, I don't have my chart. Sorry, y'all, so I can't even show you what it's supposed to look like. It calls for a silk lame. And so what I did was I used the color that they called for, which was, no, that's too dark. Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. This right here. And this is a Sullivan's brand, but it is a DMC color. And so I took this and this, and I put them together, and that's what I used. My gates upside down. So I think it came out pretty good. So just 1 strand of each right here. So, oh, and I did add these little beads, some little beads right here. Don't know if they're the call for, they're just some beads I had in my stash, and they went well. So hopefully this week when I pick it up, I do try to work on it 1 or 2 days during the week. When I pick it up, hopefully this week I can fill in this little section. All right here is all beads that I have, most of I think are all beads that I have left. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do the beading there this week, and maybe the outward border. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long the beading takes me. I'm really enjoying the specialty stitches and the beads. Never thought I'd say this, but they're really fun. So I'm enjoying that a lot. Okay. Jeanette Douglas. So I did not take this out of my hoop. Y'all please forgive me. But I started on October's block, which is right there. So hopefully this week I can get the rest of the bouquet done and start on November's block and start working on this. I think I say that every week. I'm going to work on this week, and I never do. So hopefully this week I can finish the bouquet and just kind of start working across. And next week I can start on November. Before November is over with, I say this every time, and do I get it done? No. This is what happens when you skip a week or 2 and you don't finish your block like you're supposed to on time. You get it behind and you make excuses. So anyway, so this is it right here. So I got the pot done, basket, whatever, and hopefully I can finish that up. I'm enjoying this. I'm really still enjoying it greatly. And but I'm ready to have it finished and hanging up on my wall, because I love looking at it when I take it out and I just spread it out. I just love looking at it. It's so pretty, so pretty. Okay, so hold on, let me open my iPad. Okay, so the next thing I worked on was a whip go piece, and this is Ironwork Gate. Y'all have not seen this in a while because it hasn't been called in a while. This is Ironwork Gate by Barbara and Cheryl. This is a piece, if you're new here, that I picked up at a thrift store. It was partially complete. It was on scroll rods, and I had to hunt down the pattern. Luckily, I think I put it on Instagram and Facebook, and within 5 minutes, I had what pattern it was and a link to eBay or Etsy, I think it was. So this is the chart. When I bought it, none of the gate, of course the gate still isn't done, but just this front doorway part was done, a little bit of this and a little bit of this top part. So this has been on my Whip Go piece, and it's going to be on my Whip Go piece for next year too, my Whip Go board, and because I'm nowhere near done, but this is it right here. It's looking so good. So I worked on this, putting in some bricks, which just really made this part pop out. This column just really popped out. And then I brought the same color over and started working on these bricks. So it got its 2 days in this week. I think I worked on it a total of about 3 hours. And so I got a good bit done in that time. This is the end of it right here. I also imported it. I took a photo of the chart and put it in GoodNotes on my iPad, since I've been stitching that way, since it's so much easier. And so that took a little bit of time away from stitching, but I'm glad I did it because it makes it easier. So I'm all the way on the end right here, and my goal is, when I do pick it up, is to just start on the bottom and just work my way up. I want to start working my way up so that I can get to that second floor of French doors and railing, and of course the gate will be saved for last. The back stitching of the ironwork gate will be saved for last. But I absolutely love this piece. I love everything about this piece. So next year this will go on my full coverage / scenic board for Whip Go, because it is full coverage. So that is Ironwork Gate by Barbara and Cheryl, and I love it. And I wish I knew who the sweet lady was. Her stitches are the same as mine, and so that made it so much easier to pick up and work on. So anyway, so this is it right here. I'm glad I was able to save it and found it. So this is going to go away for a week while I work on the next Whip Go piece. Okay, and then the last thing I worked on is yesterday I picked up my 5 seasons of quilts. I'm working on autumn, during autumn, right here. And that's what I got done. I worked on this top part right here, and I worked on outlining this post and filling a little bit in. But I worked on this top part. I am missing, you see all those little dots? That's a color that for some reason I thought I had, but I guess I don't. So I need to go get that. But that is it right there. I haven't worked on it in a couple of weeks. If you follow me, you know that. So I am hoping that I can pick up and just, I want to give it at least an hour a week. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, I was watching Laura Stitching by the Shore, and she touches a lot of pieces. And so she's got a system of making sure she gets 100 stitches in her full coverage. And so I'm trying to work out something where I can say, hey, I want to at least get X amount of, I don't count my stitches unless it is in Pattern Keeper. So where I can just say, hey, I want to make sure I work at least an hour on this, or at least, per week. So I'm trying to figure out some kind of a system where I can keep track of that to make sure that it gets done. Like I said, I think Janet of Janet Jabber, for her seasonal queens, she's not working on this, she's working on the Queens by Mirabilia. I think she puts in a strand a day during the season. That might be what I need to do, is just put a strand a day. There are parts where, especially like this little top part right here, that was like pretty, heavy of different colors. But for the most part, I can put in a strand a day and not have a problem. So I think that might be what I need to start doing. I need to kind of sit down and really pay attention when people talk about how they work, how they stitch, how they choose what they work on, and how they touch so many different projects in a week. I touch a lot, but I don't feel like I get a lot done on each one. I don't know, maybe that's just me. So anyway, so that is all I stitched on. See, we're 15 minutes in. That's all I stitched on. So plans, I'm going to talk about plans. My plans for this week are to work on, I'm moving into my next full coverage, which is Welcome to Rohan. I think it's Rohan. Rohan. I'm trying to think of how they say it in the movie. Rohan. So I am working on the letters. Like I said, I did work a little bit, but it was only like one strand. I got up to the letter H. So I'm going to work on this. Like I said, I think I might do, like, I do count stitches on this. This is in Pattern Keeper. So I'm going to try to do 100 stitches a day. See how that works. So this is it right here. Our Bible study ends tonight. It's our last one. So my Tuesdays will be a little bit less hectic. So I'm hoping to put in at least 100 stitches a day on all of my full coverage, the full coverage focus piece. And I'm going to do those for 7 days. I can't do the 10-day thing. My brain forgets what's 10 days. And so I'm just going to do Tuesday to Tuesday. So that's how I'm going to do my full coverage. So this is going to be this week's focus. 100 stitches a day. Y'all remind me of that. Rachel, did you get 100 stitches a day done? We'll see. We'll see. Okay, and then the next is my Whip Go piece for this week, and it is Blue Moon Angel by Lavender and Lace. This is another piece that I picked up at a thrift store. The person doing it had already started the wings. They started it on a 36 count dark blue linen, which is not my vibe. And so I restarted it on a 16 count Aida because it's supposed to be a 32 count. So I used the 16 count Aida that I dyed myself. So this is what I'm going to work on. And for my Whip Go pieces, I work on it at least 2 days out of the week, 4 days for the month. So when it comes up for its week, it's 2 days, and a day is an hour worth of stitching. So that's it right there. So I am actually, well, here, I have it with me. I'll show y'all where I'm at. This is where I'm at. Right here. I'm working on the moon. Right here. So I don't know if I'm going to continue working on the moon, or if I'm going to go down with her dress. We'll see where the mood strikes me. So this is her. She's so pretty. I never thought I'd enjoy stitching people. You remember if you've been with me for a while, my issue with Mary and baby Jesus' face in that nativity issues. But this one's working out really, really pretty. I'm enjoying it. So that is all my stitching that I have today. Like I said, I'm kind of in a hurry, and I hate that I'm rushing, but I can jabber on if y'all want, but anyway, that's what I have for stitching. I'm going to talk a little bit about my personal life. So if you don't want to listen to that, thank you for coming by. But if you're interested, I thank you for staying. We had a wedding. So Friday was my middle child, my youngest son's wedding. He and his now wife are on their honeymoon. They drove up to Gatlinburg the Saturday after the wedding. The wedding was so pretty. It was very small. It was parents and grandparents and siblings, and she just has one brother and only one set of grandparents. I'm not sure where the other set is. I never asked. But she just had one set of grandparents. So it was just us by the pond. Our church has a little pond, and so they were by the pond, and it rained. It rained all day Friday, and then the wedding was at 5. And so at 5:05, we're kind of like, what are we going to do? Do y'all have an alternate plan? And they're like, yeah, but let's give it a few minutes. And at 5:05, the clouds moved away and the sun came out. Gratefully, there were still some clouds, so it was a beautiful breeze. Sometimes it was windy, but it was a beautiful breeze, and it kept the temperatures cool. We're here in Louisiana, so there is a potential after rain of having severe humidity, but we didn't have any of that. It was really, really nice. So it was a beautiful wedding, and I will show pictures when they get back and they give me permission. I will show you the professional ones. We have some iPhone pictures, but I want to show you the professional ones. We hired a guy at our church that does amazing pictures. So I'll show you those. And it was just a great wedding. So it was stress-free for us. I mean, first of all, I'm a mother of the groom, so it's not like I do a whole lot. But we had a dinner the night before, again, with parents, grandparents, and siblings. And we had cake. A good friend of ours made the cake, and it was absolutely amazing. You know, they did things a little non-traditionally, but it was their wedding and the way they wanted it done. And so, and they're kind of non-traditional in that way. So it was a beautiful wedding, beautiful, beautiful wedding. And so anyway, so that is it. And next week we will find out if we're having a boy or girl, but I probably won't say anything because we're not doing the reveal until later in the week when we can get everybody together. So that is my personal life. Like I said, today's election day. The students are off of school, but my husband went in for an optional work day, which was highly needed for him to get some work done. Plus they have some meetings I think they're going to and whatnot, but he is at school today. But no students. So like I said, hopefully he can get some papers graded and some work done and whatnot. And so I'm going to go vote. I'm going to go pick up a Walmart order and prepare for our last Bible study tonight. I'm always sad when it ends. I love this group of ladies that I'm with this semester. They're really a great group. So I always miss my groups. And anyway, so that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Thank y'all so much for coming by. I really, really appreciate it. I will be here next week, Lord willing. Happy stitching. Bye-bye.